For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, welcome to another edition of the Focus program. Glad you are along. Nice, cool weather the last week or two. Oh, no. It's the opposite of that, isn't it? It's been really, really hot. Hope you're taking care of yourself, drinking lots of water, and not doing too much unneeded work. We are very pleased to have returning to CTV Miss Deb Johnson, who's always got some great ideas and great wisdom, and she joins us now from the headquarters of St. Clair County Community Mental Health. Welcome back, Deb. Nice to see you.
It's great to see you too. It feels like it's been a long time.
It has. Your schedule was pretty filled, and we kept having technical problems, so nice to see your smiling face.
Nice to see yours too.
What's going on?
Well, July is there's several fun days in July that we'll talk about in a minute, but one of the things we encourage people to do, and I know it might be a little hard right now because it's so hot outside, but to encourage people to spend more time outdoors.
Yeah.
It's good for your physical health, it's good for your mental health, and there's an alarming fact that only about the average American spends 7% of their time outside.
That's
the rest
all?
of it is
7%?
I know, that's not much, is it?
No.
And they spend about 87% indoors and about 6% in your car.
Wow.
So that leaves 7% outside. So the goal here is to increase the amount of time that you spend outdoors. You'll feel better, and it helps your body. You know, it helps you mentally and physically. We talked a lot about that too, especially during the stay-at-home orders when people couldn't really go anywhere. But the thing you could do is you could go outside and go for walks. And I think I think people definitely have increased doing that. I see lots of people when I'm out walking. And so I think that that's a great thing. So that's one message we're trying to promote this month. And then July, I have a little note here somewhere. I'm forgetting. Oh, July is also National Minority Mental Health Awareness Month.
Really?
And that's really important too. It was formally recognized in 2008 by the House of Representatives. A woman named B.B. Moore Campbell was an American author, journalist, teacher, and mental health advocate who worked to shed light on the mental health needs of the Black community and other underrepresented communities. The purpose of this was created to bring awareness to the unique struggles that underrepresented groups face regarding mental illness in the U.S. And despite so many advances in health equity, there continues to be disparity in mental health for the underrepresented populations. And so, there's a report by the U.S. Health and Human Services Department, and they report that racial and ethnic minorities in the United States are less likely to have access to mental health care, less likely to use community mental health services, and more likely to use the emergency room in the event that they need, mental health services. They kind of wait till they're in crisis sometimes. And so that's something that, we strive here to continue to promote. We're here and we're available for everybody. And we want you to call our access line. And especially since we got that extra CCBHC funding, we have a lot more money available to us. And we've expanded the eligibility on who we can serve. So there's not too many people that get turned away at the door anymore. So we're hoping that everybody from, no matter what group you are associated with, come here and get the help that you need when you need it. So that's also the month of July. And then a couple of fun July days that we want to celebrate are July 11th is National Cheer Up the Lonely Day.
Cheer Up the Lonely.
Like
I love that one. That Cheer Up the Lonely Day. That's a great one. That was a full one.
Yeah. And this is something, and we've kind of talked about this before too during COVID, because so many people felt so isolated and disconnected. Yes. And lonely when you can't have visitors, you can't go places, those kinds of things. And even going to the grocery store for a lot of people, that wasn't an option for them because of their health status and things like that. So not just on July 11th, but anytime, remember, it's important to remember that people are going through various issues. And if you know somebody who lives alone and might be suffering from loneliness, reach out, try to connect, a phone call, a text, stop by for a short visit. wear your mask.
Right. Right.
But those kinds of things. So anyway, so that's one of the fun days. Another one is National Simplicity Day, and that's just the very next day, July 12th.
So just keep my life simple, right?
Keep it simple. That's right. And it encourages everybody to, to step back and find ways that you can simplify your own life and your family's life. It's an opportunity to declutter, refocus, find balance. And that's not just like with the physical stuff in your house that you might need to declutter, but that helps. Because I don't know about you, but when my house gets a little out of control and I get everything organized again, I feel better.
Yeah.
So that's a time, but also just within your own life. Like if you're finding yourself overextended, things like that, too much going on, take time to think about that and kind of refocus and find some balance. And then July 25th is National Hire a Veterans Day.
Okay. That's always a good policy.
That's always a good policy. Many of our veterans are highly trained, qualified people who would be eligible for numerous positions, including IT, engineering, sales, management, finance, healthcare. And we also have a veterans navigator. I think I've talked about her before on your show. Her name is Wendy Martindale. And if we have any vets out there needing some help to find jobs, or also her role is to help connect veterans to either mental health services or even help them get entitlements that they're due, if they've had trouble with any of that stuff. So her job is basically what it says, to help navigate different systems to make life simpler for our veterans. So if any veterans out there are listening and you need some help or support in any of those areas, give Wendy a call. And the last national day celebrated this month is National Disability Independence Day on July 26th. And that day commemorates the signing of the Americans with Disabilities Act that was passed in 1990. Yep. And that act, I think most people know, it provides protection from employment discrimination, as well as better access to good services and communications for people with disabilities. So obviously that's a day we want to celebrate and acknowledge. So those are some of the fun days in July.
Now, you have a Child Neglect Council. Don't they have a golf tournament, or is that over with already?
We do have that, and it's not quite over with. It is Monday, July 13th. Okay. And we went back and forth. Should we do it? Should we not do it? But we already did not do our big dinner, which is a huge major fundraiser for the council. So we decided golf is a pretty good one to do in these times. We actually split it into 2 flights of golfers, though. We have a morning flight and an afternoon flight to reduce the number of people at any given time at the course. We're going to do our raffles and things a little bit differently. Like we typically have a silent auction. We're not going to do that. Then you have to worry about pens and all that kind of stuff. So we have a different surprise way. We have a couple different things going on. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think we have 30 some teams, maybe almost 40 teams so far signed up.
Can people still register, or is it too late?
People could still register. They can call the Child Abuse Neglect Council at 966-9911. You could possibly show up that day with a foursome, but that's a little dicey.
Right.
Try to call ahead of time. But yeah. We're looking forward to that. That should be a good event and raise some money for the Child Abuse Neglect Council.
And just give me a Reader's Digest version of what they do.
They do a lot of prevention education. I know you've had Lindsay on your show before, Lindsay Chap, local St. Clair girl, who is, I should say, young woman, who is an amazing prevention educator. She does a great job. She's been in like every school in every district in the county doing, we have different programs for elementary, middle school, and high school. And Lindsay does those programs. She just does a great job. So the prevention education is to make sure kids, no matter what age, understand good touch, bad touch, dating, date rape, things like that, social media issues that can occur, using, social media safely. Actually, usually somebody from the prosecutor's office assists in the high school trainings. And then also the other component of the the St. Clair County Child Abuse and Neglect Council is the Child Advocacy Center. And that is where kids are brought who are the victims of alleged sexual abuse, physical abuse. and we have trained forensic interviewers who do the interviewing of those kids. And the purpose is to do the interview once in a setting where the attorneys, prosecutor's office, anybody who needs to observe that interview can sit on the other side of a one-way mirror. And so the child doesn't have to be re-traumatized over and over to keep talking about it.
So if you can't make the golf, you can still write a check. And
you always can write a check and just send it to the St. Clair County Child Abuse and Neglect Council.
I knew you'd like that part.
Yes. And I just have a couple other quick things.
Go ahead.
We are doing trauma-informed yoga classes. They are free and open to anybody, and they're virtual. So you can participate. They're every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. and every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. You can find the link on our Facebook page, or you can find it on our website. And if you have trouble with both of those things, you could call our office at 985-8900 and we'll give you the link, or we can email it to you. That's trauma-informed yoga, and it's called body-based therapeutic method that draws on the latest in neuroscience and developmental psychology to provide another method of addressing trauma. But you don't have to have been severely traumatized to benefit from this. We were doing little clips of it with a program we were doing in partnership with our local YMCA, and I sat through like the sessions at the end of each of those classes, and it's great. It's yoga, it's meditation, it helps teach mindfulness, lots of good things. So that is out there. And then I just want to remind people about the Blue Water Race Series.
Yes.
Unfortunately, COVID threw a huge wrench into our plans for our inaugural year, because so far the first three races in the series have been virtual. That would be the Leprechaun Loop, Artful Dodger, and the Pickerel Run, which was just last weekend. And then coming up, we have P.S. You're My Hero in September, I think. We don't know if we're hoping that can be in person. We don't know yet. Our run was rescheduled to October 3rd. We're hoping for an in-person run. And then the final run is a Tyler Krautner run in Marine City.
On Thanksgiving.
And that is on Thanksgiving morning. And we're hoping that could be in person, but time will tell.
Your virtual runs, the three that you've had, what kind of turnout have you had?
Well, the Leprechaun Loop was an amazing turnout. There was over 400 people registered.
Wow.
Because nobody knew it was going to be virtual. That was if March 19th was that Saturday, that was the date. And remember, that week was when everything shut down.
Right.
So after that, though, the sign-up has not been that great. I think Artful Dodger had just over 100, as did the Pickerel. And normally, both of those runs would have a lot more than that. My guess is the 100 are people in the series, because you have to be in every one of them to collect your cool jacket at the end. So we're hoping, if we can have them in person, that will increase the sign up for the rest of the runs. And then, we'll try it again next year, and hopefully COVID is behind us, or at least there's a vaccine or something like that.
2021 is going to be a great year, isn't it?
We hope so. And I just want to say that's a nice segue on when I said hopefully COVID is behind us.
Right.
So another thing I've been involved in is through the Emergency Operations Center. I'm on the St. Clair County Recovery Task Force. Commissioner Bohm is the chair. Mm-hmm. And we've been doing a couple we just started a big media campaign, which is kind of like promoting Stay Healthy St. Clair County. So when you're in public, wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands frequently. And if people would please do those things, maybe we could avoid another stay-at-home order. Because if they don't, the cases are continually rising in St. Clair County right now, as they are across the country. And our governor has already shut down bars again in not St. Clair County, in the state of Michigan, other than Traverse City and somewhere in the UP, I think, or maybe all the UP. So people really need to follow the rules, because I know for some reason some people think it's not real, or it's not a big deal, or it's their political right not to wear their mask. We have a lot of rights that we don't do, because we don't do certain things out of respect for other people, human compassion, things like that. So what we're saying is, if you don't want to wear the mask for yourself, wear it for that person who's going through chemotherapy right now, because they need you to wear that mask. They don't need to catch anything from you, COVID or anything else, or little children or the elderly.
Yeah.
And then anybody you wouldn't even notice, but they could be super compromised immune system, and they're in the store. You don't know that they have a situation, and there you are hacking away without your mask on, or even breathing. So it really is important, and none of us want that stay-at-home order again. So I really hope people will start following the rules.
Well, and it's simple. It's like anything else. We got in the habit of putting our seatbelts on. We got in the habit of stopping at stop signs. We got in the habit of stopping at red lights. This is simple, and it, as you indicated, it's so important because you're not protecting yourself. You're protecting the other people around you. So, I got that right? I got it.
Right, and people say things like they'll say, "I don't need a mask. I'm good."
Right.
I'm like, it doesn't matter about you. It's the other people around you. You're wearing the mask to protect everybody else, unless you have a high-powered N95 mask, then you're protecting yourself too. But most people, those are reserved for frontline healthcare workers for the most part. So you're wearing just regular masks, but the Surgeon General, CDC guidelines, everybody says even any simple face covering, whether it's these little paper masks or you tie a scarf around, they all work. And so people need to do it.
Deb Johnson, always a pleasure. We've got your Facebook page coming up now, they tell me, in the control room. So
good.
People need information. This is one of the slides there with some of your information on it for the COVID numbers. So again, thank you for your time today and all the wonderful work that you do for us and for the county.
Thank you, and looking forward to seeing you in the neighborhood.
Yes, we're doing that today and yesterday. So see you soon.
All right,
Thanks.
have a great day, Paul.
Bye. As the summer progresses, there's lots of things that were supposed to happen that haven't happened. But one of the things that's coming back to St. Clair is really exciting, and Treese Hawkins from the St. Clair Recreation Department is with us right now to tell us about it, preview about what's coming up this coming week.
Yes, so our summer playground program is not being offered, but one of the things that we did every year was a Circus Amongus program.
Been doing that for years.
Years, many, many years. So it's Discover the Big Top. It covers all of the circus acts. And we have international performers and instructors that come in to host this camp. So this year we're doing a live performance on Monday, July 13th at Gregg Park, 10 o'clock. It's a free performance, open to anyone. You bring your lawn chair and your blanket. And then we're going to have a virtual camp online. It's a Zoom, actually, a Zoom camp, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
So the actors, the performers on Monday are not some of the kids?
No, it's the actual performers, the professionals doing the circus camp that will be teaching the skills to the kids online.
Well, two of them are going to join us right now. We got Sam Abrams and Martha Hornshaw. I've got your name wrong, but the thought is there. Let's see if we can pull them up. There they are. Welcome, folks. Nice to see you. Welcome to the Focus Show.
Thank you.
Tell us about what's going to happen on Monday and what's going to happen the rest of the week.
On Monday, we are just going to have a fun show. Everybody come on over, bring the family. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's a lot of juggling and unicycling and acrobatics and magic. A lot of fun for the whole family, so everybody come on out. This is going to be on Monday, and the show is going to be at
Gregg Park.
10 a.m., is it?
10 a.m.
It was 10 a.m., yes.
10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Right at 10 a.m., so that's going to be the big kickoff. We're going to try to get everybody excited to join us for the next few days when we'll just be meeting online. And we are going to teach the kids how to make some juggling equipment of their own. And we're going to teach them some juggling equipment. And we're going to have some other surprising, fun things that they can do. And then they will be able to contribute their creations to our website where everybody else can be watching it.
My daughter is about 36 years old, and she was in your show many, many years ago here in St. Clair, and she still has those memories. Talk to me about you. You've been doing this for 42 years plus, right?
Close, yes, 40 years or so. been unicycling and juggling and doing acrobatics, toured all around the world doing that.
Wow.
It's become a family act since. We have a 13-year-old now who is the star of the show. He's been coming to the St. Clair camp as well, and all the kids know him, and he's a big piece of the show now.
Wonderful, wonderful. And dear, what do you do with the show?
I actually work in the office a lot, so I make sure that everything happens. And I actually have the schedule for the week for the virtual camp here with me. So
good.
On the first day, that's the 14th, we're going to be doing juggling and balance. And then on the 15th, we are doing something called flat circus and also camera tricks with magic. And on the 16th, we're doing a downstairs circus and swinging. So the details of that, I think some of the equipment needed that the kids are going to be using at home is going to go out through the St. Clair office through Trees. And we're looking forward to making this happen.
Well, the smiling faces on the kids, on the parents, on the grandparents every year are just worth stopping by for the whole week. And this certainly fills in the need to keep people busy. You've been come up with a good idea to do it virtually.
Yeah, we've
Yes.
done the St. Clair Circus there for many years. It's one of our favorite programs. We're kind of fighting about who's going to run it this year every time over here. And we're looking forward to make it work this time.
What's it's got to be rewarding to see the kids come in and be sort of scared, and then all of a sudden they're tumbling and rolling. And talk to me about that.
Yes, it is absolutely a thrill to watch the kids. Many of the ones at St. Clair's are veterans at this point. They show up and they know what to do and they go, and that is a lot of fun to see. But the progress from their very first time when they're very intimidated and scared and think that they won't be able to do any of the stuff, to the end of the week where they are the superstars in the show, it's just, we really have a blast doing it.
Let me ask Teresa a question. Is this open to everybody, or?
Yes, it's free to the public. We've been trying to get our YAPS kids from previous years involved, and new families we hope will come out. And all of the information is on our Facebook page. It's posted, and also on our St. Clair Rec website, or you can call City Hall if you need information. We've been trying to get it out the last few weeks.
Right. It's difficult with everything going on and everything closed and then everything open.
Yes.
To communicate, it's a real challenge this year.
Yes. So, but we're hoping, even if you just come to the live performance, that's something to do. The East China Summer Adventure Program, they're going to come and participate. They're going to watch the show and they're going to do the virtual program as a group.
Good.
So we're glad we could do that for them.
And that's going to be Monday, the 13th of July, 10 a.m.
Yes.
in Gregg Park.
Yes.
So get here early and bring your popcorn.
Yes.
Have we?
Well, in the good seats.
Yeah. Have we
Yes.
got any other thoughts you two want to share?
Just wanted to say that this year is going to be a little bit different, but none less exciting. We are actually going to invite the kids and challenge them to use their imagination in different ways than we have in the past, and we're looking forward to it.
Well, we thank you for all the joy that you've brought to children and adults for all these years. You guys have done a wonderful job for year after year, and we salute you for that. And keep it coming. We think you've really done great stuff.
Thank you very much. It's our
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Nice to talk
Thanks
to you.
for having us.
Yeah, not a problem. Therese, you got other stuff coming up for the balance of the...
Our summer concert series
Yeah.
are starting on Friday nights. So every Friday left in July, we'll have a concert from 7 to 9 at Palmer Park. Those are also open. Got the whole park to spread out and enjoy. And this is another YAPS. Every year we'd have Kona Ice come. It's a food truck. They serve the shaved ice drinks. And they're coming to the park July 16th, next Thursday, from 1 to 3, Gregg Park. And, it's like the ice cream truck, but it's slushies.
Right.
So they're going to be in the park. And we still have all of our virtual programs, the Secrets of the Museum, the nature around us. We started games with Coach Nick.
Yeah,
And
those
the
are all
Art
good programs.
Association. I should mention, the Art Association is also going to have some interactive chalk art Monday at the circus. So bring your cell phones and you can take a picture with this interactive artwork. It's going to be chalk work at the park. So that's going to be kind of interesting.
So people can go on your Facebook page, St. Clair.
City of St. Clair Recreation, Facebook.
Facebook page. And there's short little vignettes from the police department, from the historical museum. They're really good, and they're short, and they're entertaining.
They're fun. They seem to be getting a good response from the public. So it's our attempt to have a presence and stay active in the community with the rec department. But we have the concerts. We have an outdoor movie July 21st, and the circus next week.
Good. You're keeping busy. Well, we want to thank Therese and for our guests for today, and stay cool. And we'll see you next week. Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.